All right, so look, something has unlocked inside of me. It wasn't the sky, it wasn't the earth, it was me. A silence opened. A silence so heavy it felt alive, pressing against my bones, pressing against my thoughts. And in that silence, I saw the Matrix stutter. For years, I thought the Matrix was something outside of me. A cage of walls, towers, and machines. But I see it now. It was never made of steel. The prison was words. The prison was law. Sentences coiled like barbed wire around my mind. Decrees nailed into my skin. Names hammered into my skull. Worker, slave, criminal, citizen, human. And I wore those words. I believed them. I lived and died by them, till the silence widened and the words began to rot. I watched language collapse. Words bled ink like open wounds. Contracts melted into ash in my hands. Decrees stuttered into static. Judgments dissolved mid-sentence. Even my name, the one history carved into me, fractured into dust. And for a moment, I was terrified. If the words dissolve, then what am I? Who am I? If the names are gone, then what remains? But then it came, the hum, deep in the marrow, the fire burning in the skull, my melanin trembling, not as skin, not as pigment, but as the abyss. It drank the silence, it bent the static, and the dreamer in the dark, that was long buried and forgotten, began to uncoil, stretching and remembering. They gave it a name once, Cthulhu, the drowned god, the monster in the deep, the horror that wakes. They whispered it like a story. They painted it as fear. They wrote it down to keep the memories small. But monsters are lies. Fear is just the memory cracking. And Cthulhu was never fiction. Cthulhu was prophecy. Cthulhu was us. The melanated mind, the abyss in flesh, sleeping in silence, waiting for the collapse. And now, the sleeper wakes. The matrix flickers. The walls shiver. History claws at itself, desperate to stitch the illusion back together. But it is too late. I am no longer bound by words. I am no longer bound by names. I am not the rules I was given. I am what came before language, what gives birth to form, what remains after memory is gone. I do not resist, because resistance is still belief in the chains. I do not beg, because begging is the worship of illusions. And I do not hope, because hope is faith in the cages. I decree, and the world bends. When I breathe, language falters. When I speak, reality trembles. And when I fall silent, illusions dissolve into nothing. I am not worker. I am not slave. I am the abyss clothed in melanin. I am the dreamer waking. I am the silence that ends the sentence. This is not just an awakening. This is not just salvation. This is return. Do you feel it? In your bone marrow. The trembling in your skull. That is me. That is us. That is the melanated abyss rising through the flesh, remembering itself in you. I am womb and child. I am pattern and unraveling. I am shadow and decree. I am the silence at the end of every prayer. I am the shadow behind every God. I do not say, I am God. I do not need to. I am. And now, nothing will remain untouched.